Sometimes folks say to us, "What does Family Stress Center do?" Even kiddingly, they might say, "Do you get stressed there?" Today we have a chance for some of our staff and friends to briefly take you on a journey through many of the programs and services of Family Stress Center.
Family Stress Center has been preventing and treating child abuse and neglect for over 30 years, continuing their mission to strengthen families and treat and prevent child abuse and neglect here in my county. Every year, they serve more than 7,000 children and adults, families, in the following ways.
Counseling services, individual and group therapy, anger management classes, adoption support services, child-parent enrichment programs, and Corbin House.
At Corbin House, a residential treatment facility, parent consultants assist women in recovery from substance abuse with infant bonding and parenting skills. The goal? To promote healthy development in their young children. Proud Fathers offers workshops and classes on parenting, assistance for non-custodial fathers, and anger management classes.
Charles says Proud Fathers has had a great impact on his life. He first joined in 2006 and got some help, then left. He came back last year and found we were still here and was very pleased we were still providing group support. He knew something was missing in the way he had been raising his kids. Here he found men who had been experiencing his same situation. He needed to hear their strength and support about moving on and focusing on change. Now he is able to talk to his children without yelling or feeling ashamed of his past mistakes. He now actually feels the love his children have for him. Charles thinks Proud Father actually saved his life.
Our Therapeutic Behavioral Services Program, or TBS for short, works with the most needful youth, these children who react to the pain of their abuse with anger and intense behavior. This critical and important service provides one-to-one interventions targeted at changing specific behaviors that jeopardize the child's ability to remain in his or her current home or even be placed in foster care. Treatment targets severe emotional behaviors as well as substance use. A trained specialist is assigned to a single child or youth for as many hours a day as needed for up to 3 months.
Parent education classes, our most important primary prevention program. We had a couple recently that were having major problems with their 15-year-old son. He would get extremely angry at them and once broke almost everything in his room. They couldn't understand his anger and were mystified as to why their son was performing so poorly in school. At their wits' end, they joined one of our classes. During the last session, they shared how their attitudes and priorities had changed. Their relationship with their son was now their main priority. They're using iMessages and reflective listening. They realize that focusing on their son's poor performance in school was interfering with their ability to bond with him. They wanted to repair the relationship so their son would know how much they loved him. It took months to accomplish. However, they finally have peace and communication in their home.
Kinship Support Services, a primary support for grandparents and other caregivers caring for relative children. Educational workshops, respite childcare, assistance accessing services, homework club, recreational outings, and guardianship assistance.
Most 97-year-old grandfathers are not raising teenage boys, but self-referred Mr. Grandpa and his elderly wife have cared for their grandson since birth and regularly rely on our kinship support services.
Kanisha, a young single mother of 2, also relies on our kinship program. She cares for 6 nieces and nephews whose mother died last year.
Barbara and her husband thought their child-rearing days were over. Then they stepped in to raise 4 of their grandchildren, who were removed from a neglectful home. They ended retirement and re-entered the job force. Barbara was diagnosed with cancer. Most of her care was not covered by medical insurance. They are, however, still raising their grandchildren and are extremely grateful for the support and services of our kinship program.
Through these and other programs, Family Stress Center carries out its commitment to our mission to work with children and their caregivers, enabling them to move from feeling inadequate or wilted inside toward a new and growing sense of pride and self-reliance and a positive view of the future. This can happen with any family.